Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shannon Rutherford, the town planner, and this is our Farmington Historic District Commission. We will start with a roll call. Jim Calciano,
Here.
Joanne Lawson,
Here.
Peter Master Batista,
Here.
Michelle Phelan,
Here.
Jay Bombara,
Here.
and our alternates, Liz Gemsky,
Here.
Ted Sanford,
Here.
and I will note for the record, Henry Pertil is not here this evening. And Mr. Chair, it's all yours.
Okay, I will call to order the meeting of the Town of Farmington Historic District Commission for Tuesday, May 19th. Apologies, there's no public hearings today. I see we have some guests here. I'll use my chairman's discretion here to just make a quick overview of what we do. This is the Historic District Commission. It has jurisdiction over properties that are in the Farmington Historic District. There's also a Unionville Historic District. There's about 150 properties in the district. So if your house is in the district, you need to come here if you're making external changes to your property, changes that can be seen from a roadway, public way. You do not need to come here if it's because of color. This is a creature of Connecticut general statutes. So it's the state government that created this concept and allowed Farmington to adopt this, which it did. And so we are governed by the statutes as well as the regulations that we pass. And really, it's usually pretty informal, or maybe informal is not the right word. We observe formalities, but yet it's a fairly easy process. If you want to do something, you get in an application, and you come to the next meeting, and we listen to what it is you want to do. And then we have a discussion and allow the public, anybody who might be interested, to comment on it. And then we would make a vote on it. And luckily, we don't have too many controversial things. It's been a long time since I can remember something that's been truly controversial. But with that, and seeing there are no public hearings, we will move on to old business.
Correct. So the contractor hasn't been able to join us yet this evening. So Mr. Diesel is here. So if it's okay, I'll go ahead and start the presentation. And then Mr. Diesel, if there's questions, perhaps you can help fill in the blanks if there are. So this is some of the finishing touches for 7 Church Street. 7 Church was approved and received as a new construction, new home build at 7 Church in Farmington. And these are some of the final elements that are needed for the building. The first that we'll review is the gutter and downspout. And so the detail sheet has been provided, and that's the gutter. So it'll be a half round gutter, I believe aluminum, and then a downspout, traditional downspout, and the contractor provided a photo of what that will look like. And just for reference, you'll recall this is the architectural elevations for Mr. Diesel's house. So the gutters will all connect into underground roof leader system and discharge out to an infiltration system in the side yard for us. So that's the first item, is the gutters. And then there's a fence detail as well. And the fence is going to be a western red cedar picket fence. Mr. Diesel, will these caps be used on the post? So it'll look like this picture. Okay, thank you. And the fence is proposed here along this frontage. And then is the cedar fence wrapping, or is this chain link fence that wraps these? Is the cedar fence going to go all the way around?
Cedar fence will border between us and 5 Church Street. So
on this west side. So it'll come off this corner of the house, come across, and then the cedar fence will come down this property line as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the back, there's an existing
chain link fence here.
fence that expect to maintain at least for a while.
Okay.
The very front of that fence
This piece here at the top?
is still somewhat in doubt. It's a very
Okay, now I'm going to ask, so this is can you come up to the microphone for me so that we're going to catch all this?
Okay.
Thank you.
Ted Diesel at 7 Church Street.
Perfect.
So the very front of the fence closest to Church Street
Yes,
is a
sir.
steep slope from the house to our neighbor's yard. And we're trying very hard to make sure that it's attractive for the neighbor and also that a fence fits there in a way that, you know, kind of positions itself so that the utilities along the side of the house aren't seen from the street. And the combination of a fence and pine or evergreen trees seems like a good way of doing the same thing in a more attractive way. So as far as I can tell, that's still kind of up in the air. I don't know if
Okay.
we need approval for that.
So, but the fence, the intent though is the fence to come to the corner and then come over. So the fence will come up to the corner of the house, there'll be a gate, and then it's going to come over to the property line and then come down along the shared property line. So you're just saying that this portion of the fence might be in flux a little bit.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct. Mm-hmm.
And be a little bit of a combination of fence and maybe some evergreen plantings so that the elevation,
Yes, and perhaps stones.
some stones. Okay, gotcha. All right. And the landscape plan is a little different than what is shown here. And I apologize, commissioners, they did submit a revised landscape plan to us. The commission had already said that, right, the landscaping, not so much in your purview. So we've addressed this. The same intent, there are foundation plantings. These foundation plantings aren't here on the west side of the house because the utilities are there. So there are there's some denser plantings that are up in this area. There's a mix of some evergreen and some ornamental trees. And I believe there's pear and apple trees in the
That's correct.
front. So there's some flowering trees to provide some interest. So we've got a fence with some evergreens that will screen this, and that's something that we've been cognizant of on the way through. And one of the reasons a bond was held on this when the CO was issued. And then, Mr. Diesel, is the fence also going to be placed here off the south end of the garage, from the garage to the property line? Or-
We'd hope to, I'm sorry, go ahead. We'd hope to move the fence to the other side of the garage,
the rear corner?
the rear corner.
Sure.
The delivery of the propane is in the area closer to the road.
Okay.
And so maintaining access for the delivery and frankly, safety for the dog,
Sure.
push that fence back.
Okay. So there will be a fence piece here.
Yes.
With a gate, swing gate.
Yes.
Okay. So I presume too, there will be at some point, the full fence is going to go. So if this is going to be used to help contain the dog, there will be some type of fence mechanism across this front in order for the dog to be contained to that backyard, correct?
Oh, that is correct.
Okay.
I had thought of pushing that fence closer to the back of the
Okay.
there.
So back off this corner,
Yes.
maybe? Okay.
Yes, and to do the front with evergreens and stone.
Okay, so the fence position is likely to move to the back corner.
Yes.
So this back corner, so the southwest corner here, and then that's technically the southwest corner of the garage here to enclose the area for the dog. And then for screening for the utilities, it would be a mix of evergreen and some landscaping, stone, some boulders type.
Yes, and there will be evergreens along the fence line as well, so that our next door neighbors have a better view.
Sure, here, so you're talking along this
Yes.
western property
Mhm.
line. Okay. All right, and then back to, just to confirm, so the style of fence that you're installing will look and match this that's on the screen.
Yes.
Which is the western red cedar, so it'll just naturalize over time. Okay. Okay, I think, and it was just those two elements, Mr. Chair, that need to be addressed
Okay.
with final approval of the commission prior to installation.
Okay. Joanne, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I was curious exactly where the fence was going to be, but that's the answer, so I have no further questions.
Peter?
No, I have no further questions. Looks good.
Materials look good, no problem.
Everything you've done looks good. And I walked by several times, so I know where you're talking about, where it's a little steep, but I get what you're saying, and everything has just been done so tastefully for the little bit that I can't possibly imagine. I'm sure it's going to be just fine. So
Thank
no
you.
questions.
Liz?
No questions, thank you.
Ted?
No questions, looks good.
Okay. And just for clarity, this is the new house on Church Street, and we previously had approved and given a temporary certificate of appropriateness for the house. These are just some additional details that the applicant, the homeowner, is coming back to make sure that it's within the approval that we made. Do you want to ask if there's anybody online, or is there anybody here that has any questions or comments, particularly about this or anything else since we're here?
Wait, so is the house already built?
You have to identify yourself and give an address.
Yeah, that's fine. Come on up. It's fine. It'll be
No, it's good practice. Come on.
Good practice.
Come on.
Absolutely.
So you'll go to the podium where Mr.
Yeah.
Diesel was speaking. It's okay.
Never gonna ask a question again.
Oh, he's out of the blocks.
Just your name and address and then.
Caden Zimmerman.
Farmington High School. That's
All
right.
right,
Yeah.
Caden Zimmerman, Farmington High School.
Great.
So I guess like the only thing I was wondering was, is the house already built at 7 Church Street?
Yes.
So is this hearing about like installing a new fence on your property?
Yep, and typically you address the questions. So
Oh,
when you do this, you address the questions to the chair and the commission, and then we will respond. So you can put all your,
Okay.
It's the applicant to respond.
Would you like me to repeat my
No,
question? Okay.
you're good.
But-
Any other question?
Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
That's great. Thanks for doing that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Do you want to?
Sure. So yeah, we will.
Am I dismissed?
You are dismissed. You're dismissed, and you're a very good sport.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
If anyone has called in, there's no one online, but if anyone has called in to offer comment on 7 Church Street, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. Yeah, Mr. Chair, there's no one else online this afternoon.
So we should have a motion to approve these additional.
Correct. If it's okay, I'll go ahead and answer the question that was
Oh,
asked.
yeah. Go
So
ahead.
so correct. So the house is under, as Chair Bombara mentioned, we issued a temporary certificate of appropriateness for the construction of the home back in March of 2025. And then as the finishing details for the home have been determined, siding, windows, doors, exterior lights, those have come in and the commission has reviewed them and approved those materials as they've come through. And then these are the final elements that needed, exterior elements that needed the review with the commission. So, okay. And then, yes, if we could have a motion in a second to approve or approve with conditions, these materials, that would be helpful. Thank you.
I'll make a motion that we issue a certificate of appropriateness for 7 Church Street, considering the 2 items presented, the gutters and the fence, both were appropriate and approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion on the motion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you. You're all set. Yep, once again, thank you.
May I indulge 30 seconds of appreciation for this commission once again? We're just so happy not only to live in the house that you approved, but in the neighborhood that we selected. The neighbors have been friendly and gracious. Well, most of them.
Delciano.
And the noise from the school brings back wonderful memories. It is everything we hoped it would be. And we really do appreciate the work that this commission put into making this life so comfortable for us. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Really appreciate that.
Perfect.
Anybody else?
Thank you, Mr. Diesel. You are all set, sir, and I will make sure this gets relayed to JP.
I was just gonna point out to the students.
Okay.
This house, if you wanted to drive by it, is right across the street from Noah Webster on Church Street.
No.
Noah Wallace.
No Wallace School.
Yeah, so if you wanted to check it out, and what you'll find is so that the building construction could continue, things were done in dribbles a little bit, so that you could kind of expedite the completion of the house without having to attend to every single little detail that comes under the purview of the Historic Commission. So maybe I spoke out of turn or something, but I thought that would be helpful to know. And you could just see it's a beautiful house. I love that bench. I gotta tell you, I love the bench.
Thank you.
But so, you're invited to just kind of take a little peek.
Great. Anybody else? Okay. Staff report?
No, sir, there's nothing, unless anyone has questions for me on
Okay.
something.
The minutes of April 21, 2026 have been circulated. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from April 21st, 2026.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are passed.
Okay, hang on the adjourn. Jim, do you want to do a quick straw poll on the question you had
Sure.
for me, please?
As you know, my daughter purchased my house on Mountain Road, which is in the historic district. Now that she has 2 children, and the old playscape I had, I tore down. She wants to put a new one up, and it's a temporary. Obviously, it goes right to the back of the yard. I don't think I need approval, but I thought I'd bring it up as I am a member of this mission.
Does anybody have any opinion on whether we would need to approve a playscape, which presumably is temporary? It's not really a fixture to the house.
Jim, you want to remind me which property? I know
A 33 Mountain Road. And
I was
it's
close. I was right there. All right, there we go.
Oh, right, it's right the
There it
corner
is.
of the
Yes.
Hillstead
Yep.
Very good.
driveway.
So it's going to go back here by the,
Yes.
in this
behind
area
the
somewhere
hedges.
here.
You
So
really
it's gonna have-
can't see it anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to have limited view behind the home and behind the.
And there's a
parking.
row of hedges that take up the other part, which you can see.
Sure.
I mean, I feel for that.
And it's not,
reason.
it's nothing that we do a building permit for. We don't do building permits for playscapes regardless of the size. So, and I'm sure they go up on other yards and nobody asks me. It doesn't come up. So,
Yeah, is there any precedent of playscapes coming before?
no, sir, there's not, but yeah. Jim just brought it,
Appreciate you checking in. Yeah,
just
maybe.
checked in with me on his way in. So
Better
Okay.
now than later.
perfect.
Okay.
That was
Anybody
easy.
has any objection to that? All right, consensus is no certificate required.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else before we adjourn? No? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.